Hey guys, welcome to today's video. So I'm going to be talking about a very important topic, and this is cruelty-free and non-cruelty-free makeup. And basically, the difference between cruelty-free and non-cruelty-free is cruelty-free does not test on animals and does not use any animals to create a cosmetic product. It does not use it to create hair products, skincare products, cleaners, pharmaceuticals. And your non-cruelty-free is going to be when a brand does test on animals for these cosmetics and pharmaceuticals, etc, etc, etc. So basically I'm going to be going over why I decided to go cruelty-free. Now I'm cruelty-free, by the way. I decided, I don't know, maybe sometime last week. It's been a while since I filmed. It's probably been a good week. But I decided after I filmed my last video, which was 20's makeup tutorial, and I'll have that up somewhere up here. But I decided that I needed to go cruelty-free because I know that there's no reason for me to be using products to test on animals, because it's not necessary, especially for, you know, skincare and hair care and cosmetics. It's nowhere near necessary. We don't need that, and by no means should we be killing hundreds of millions of animals every year and torturing them nonetheless for these things. It's not like we're fighting cancer or doing anything with it when we're using it for, you know, making our eyelashes longer or, you know, helping our hair grow faster. You know, we're not using it for anything that has to be done, so why kill animals and torture them in the process? So basically that's what this video is about. I've already kind of dove into a lot of what I'm going to be saying in this video. I'm going to state my opinion. I'm going to be very clear about my opinion. If you don't want to see that and you don't want to hear what I have to say about it and be very honest about what I think about it, then don't keep watching this video, because it is going to be very opinionated. You don't have to agree with me. Everybody has their own opinions. I'm only one person. I believe one thing. If you don't believe it, that's fine. Just don't keep watching the video. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and get started. The first thing that I have like the little index cards on points that I want to, you know, kind of go over. And the first thing that I have on here is talk about why I'm going cruelty-free. So why I'm going cruelty-free is because I have realized, well, not really realized, I've known this all along, but it was always pushed into the back of my mind. I knew that this was happening. I knew that animals were being tortured and killed for, you know, my mascaras and my Maybelline Fit Me foundation. I knew this stuff, but I just kept pushing it to the back of my head and just trying not to think about it for my own convenience, honestly. You may not think that when you're just pushing it to the back of your head, but that's what it's for. It's for your own convenience, and because for some reason you just don't want to think about it because it's so awful. When you actually delve into the horrors of animal testing, it's awful and it's heartbreaking, and you don't want to face that. So you just push it back into the back of your head, and finally I just let myself go on to PETA and look at what happens to these animals when being tested on, because I was tired of letting myself live in denial and live by thinking that these things don't happen and just ignoring them for no reason but to have my skin be clearer or more hydrated or my lashes be longer, or, you know, whatever your reason may be. I mean, you're letting animals be tortured because of this stuff, and it's really, really sad. Non-animal testing methods are wildly available, and I actually for the longest thought that the reason why brands like L'Oreal and Maybelline and all of those brands tested on animals was because it was cheaper. I was actually flabbergasted to find out that it isn't necessarily cheaper to test on animals. It actually can be more expensive to test on animals. But for some reason, even though that these resources are available to where they don't have to test on animals, but yet are usually cheaper, they still continue to test on animals, which doesn't make sense to me whatsoever. There are tissue models and stuff like that that they can use. Those are the methods I'm speaking about. There are tissue models, human tissue models that they can use in order to test products on these tissue models and figure out whether it would be harmful to humans. They don't even need animals for it. And it's even cheaper, which is like mind-blowing, right? Well, the main reason that I think that these brands still choose to animal test is because they can sell in China. China has a law that you have to test on animals. There has to be animal testing for you to sell any kind of cosmetic, anything, or cleaner, or hair care, skincare, all that good stuff. You have to test on animals. which doesn't make sense, but that's the way that it is. In the United States, you have a choice, but in other countries like the UK and like Australia, which actually Australia just passed this law this, I think, like June or July, that animal testing isn't allowed. So people aren't dying by the masses from putting, you know, a new foundation on the market in the UK or in Australia. So clearly animal testing isn't needed. We don't need to test on animals. There's no reason for us to test on animals. We just do. And a lot of the reason that brands do this is so they can sell in China. I mean, China is a massive market to these brands, and when they can sell in China, they make billions and billions of dollars off of these products. So why wouldn't they want to sell in China, right? Well, if I were a brand, the reason why I wouldn't sell in China is because it is a law. A law. If you were going to sell in China, even if you are a United States owned brand, you have to test on animals in order to sell in China. So these brands sell in China, therefore they have to animal test. So this is one thing to be aware of if you were going cruelty free with your collection, is that yes, L'Oreal, if you look on their website, they'll sit here and tell you, oh, we're cruelty free, blah, blah, blah. We don't test on animals unless required by law. And that basically means that they sell in China and therefore they have to test on animals, so they do. So basically that means L'Oreal is not cruelty free, and you should not purchase from L'Oreal because they sell in China. So they're not cruelty free. Sell in China, not cruelty free. Bam, done. Okay, but they don't just test on rats. They test on cats, they test on dogs, they test on rabbits, they test on monkeys, all different kinds of primates. They test on so many different animals, even domestic animals that you have in your household now. They test on these animals, and you don't think about that necessarily. You just think, okay, they test on rats and things we don't want anyway. That's not the case. They test on a lot of animals, and they're not all unwanted creatures, even though I'm still going cruelty free even for those mice and rats. Like, it's not just to me about what animals are testing on, but I thought I'd throw that out there because a lot of people are under a misconception that it's just rats and mice, and you know, it's not. It isn't. You can do your research on PETA, you can do all of that good stuff. It just isn't. I'm gonna have the PETA video that I watched linked down below. PETA is a great resource if you need to convince yourself to go cruelty free like I did, but I'm going to go ahead and warn you, the stuff that I will have linked below is going to be graphic. It is going to be heartbreaking and terribly sad. If you do not want to see that, then do not click the links down below. Now, I'm not saying it's like completely bloody and disgusting and gory, but it's heartbreaking and it's extremely sad, and it is graphic. I mean, you're basically watching animals get tortured, and it's really, really hard to see, and it breaks your heart. But I feel like if that's what you need to go cruelty free, then by all means, go down below into the description box and watch those videos that are linked below. Now, PETA doesn't only just have videos that you can watch, they also have tons and tons of articles that you can read, and you can do your research through PETA, which is a great resource if you want to go cruelty free. So, another thing that doesn't make sense to me that kind of goes along with why companies don't use tissue models is that animal testing is actually really inaccurate, and for some reason this is something that's not ever said either. Animal testing is very inaccurate. Animals completely respond to products that they're being tested on with different than humans would respond to it. Is that the case for everything? No, but still, you can't, just by sticking a tube down a monkey's nose and injecting corrosive chemicals into its body, you can't tell what that's going to do to a human because it's completely different. Our anatomies are different. Our makeups are different. What we can handle and what we can't handle are different. So animal testing is actually very inaccurate. The next thing that I want to talk about is more than 100 million animals die and get tortured every year in just the US. This is just the US. This is not even China, which is going to be your biggest animal cruelty market in the entire world. This is just the US, and this is hundreds of millions of animals every fiscal year. So the next thing that I want to talk about is parent companies, and this is a very highly controversial topic within the cruelty-free community. Most beauty gurus or people that film beauty videos that I watch stand on the opposite side from where I stand. One that pretty much everybody uses is this example because it's kind of like everybody knows these brands, and it's just an easy one to use because it's one that you can find the most information on, but I'm actually going to give you two different examples. So basically, I'm going to put a little diagram that has like a little triangle and all the brands what I'm talking about, so you can kind of get a visual representation of what I'm trying to get across to you. So basically, Estee Lauder owns MAC and Too Faced. Okay. MAC and Estee Lauder are not cruelty-free. Too Faced is cruelty-free. So these two non-cruelty-free brands co-own a cruelty-free brand, but your parent company is Estee Lauder. Now, Estee Lauder is a multi-million dollar a year company. They sell tons and tons of product, and they own so many brands that their profit has to be absolutely absurd and ridiculous and barely what you could wrap your mind around. Now, Estee Lauder is completely not cruelty-free. They have never been cruelty-free, and I don't know if they ever will be cruelty-free because they've gotten away with it this long. But basically, they're one of the worst companies when it comes to testing on animals. Now, like I said, Estee Lauder owns MAC and Too Faced. They actually, own a buttload more of brands, but these are just 3 of the simplest ones that I can name to you. Now, for some reason, I never knew this, but Too Faced is cruelty-free technically. The brand itself is cruelty-free. But Estee Lauder owns Too Faced. So when you buy from Too Faced, when you buy from Too Faced, you are buying from Estee Lauder. You are supporting Estee Lauder. Now, this is the argument that a lot of beauty gurus like to come at you with. And that basically is, well, if I buy from Too Faced and not Estee Lauder or not MAC, then I am essentially showing Estee Lauder that I support the cruelty-free brand over the non-cruelty-free brand. Now, this is where I say, like, this is my opinion. If you don't like it, leave. This is a big part of that. That's complete and total BS. It just is. I can promise you that Estee Lauder, a huge reason that Estee Lauder decided to purchase Too Faced was because they are cruelty-free, and they know that people like those people, not going to name names, but those people that say, oh, well, if I purchase from Too Faced, then they're going to see the difference and they're going to want to go all to cruelty-free. They're counting on the fact that you're going to say that. They're counting on the fact that you're going to go, well, Estee Lauder has a cruelty-free brand. Let me purchase from the cruelty-free brand. But no, you are supporting Estee Lauder. Your money from purchasing any Too Faced product goes to Estee Lauder. It keeps building Estee Lauder's empire. It keeps supporting animal testing. Done. Over. That example's done. Example number 2. You have L'Oreal. L'Oreal owns so many companies. They are just like Estee Lauder, but I'm going to give you 2 of their most known. So, at the top you have L'Oreal. On the side you have It Cosmetics, and then on the other side you have Maybelline. Now, L'Oreal, not cruelty-free. They sell in China. It Cosmetics, cruelty-free. Maybelline, not cruelty-free. They sell in China. So, and they're owned by L'Oreal. It Cosmetics is a cruelty-free brand, but they are owned by a massive, massive, massive company that is not cruelty-free and that sells in China and makes billions off of non-cruelty-free products. So, in my opinion, It Cosmetics is not cruelty-free. I'm not going to go too much into it because I just spent 10 minutes explaining the Estee Lauder example, but same thing there. You can do more research on parent companies yourself and obviously watch other people's videos and come up with your opinion on parent companies, but I personally think that if you are purchasing from a brand that is owned by a parent company that is not cruelty-free, you are supporting a not cruelty-free brand. So I will not be purchasing from either L'Oreal or Estee Lauder or any other parent company that owns non-cruelty-free brands or cruelty-free brands. It's just not happening. I don't care how much less content I'll be able to make. I don't care. I'm not doing it. Now, this is like what I said before. These parent companies are buying these brands out for money. If you purchase from the parent company, you are not cruelty-free. You don't have a cruelty-free collection if you're purchasing from non-cruelty-free parent companies. 2 of my absolute favorite YouTubers in the entire world still purchase from these parent companies that are not cruelty-free. And that breaks my heart. And they said, and I know the reason why they're doing it is because they won't have as much content and they won't have as much fun makeup to play with. And that to me is just sad. You're selling yourself to these brands, but whatever. It's your own prerogative. It's your own business. Now, for the last section of this video, I'm just going to give you some resources that you can use that have helped me so much in becoming cruelty-free. And the first one is crueltyfreekitty.com. Everybody in every cruelty-free makeup video ever mentions these 2 websites. So you have crueltyfreekitty.com. I'll put it up on the screen here, and I will also have it down in the description box. And then your next one is logicalharmony.com. These are both for finding out great brands that are cruelty-free. What I like about Cruelty Free Kitty is that it is more of a website form. Logical Harmony is more of a blog form. Now, Cruelty Free Kitty is going to tell you whether a parent company owns a brand that claims to be cruelty free. So you'll be able to find out if a company that is not cruelty free owns a company that is cruelty free. So, for example, NYX Cosmetics. You'll see NYX Cosmetics, and I'll put this on the screen as well, with a little asterisk by it, and that means that it is owned by a parent company that is not cruelty free. Cruelty Free Kitty is a very easy website to use. You can sign up for newsletters, and you can sign up for what they call your cruelty free shopping list, which is going to give you names of brands and everything like that that are cruelty free. That's not what I'm going to go into brands in this video, because you can go to this website and figure that out. Logical Harmony is more of a blog form, so this is just going to tell you things, information about it, and basically the same thing as Cruelty Free Kitty, but Logical Harmony is great for searching a brand and finding out their cruelty free policies. So basically that's all I'm going to have for this video. It'll be pretty short, but I just wanted to announce to everyone that I am going cruelty free, and I'm not going to sit here and say like everybody in these videos ever and say that I'm not trying to force my opinion upon you. No, I'm not trying to force it upon you, but I am posting a video about becoming cruelty free, so obviously I'm trying to influence you to become cruelty free. So I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I'm not trying to influence you, because that is what I'm trying to do. Yes, I'm also trying to supply information to people who want to go cruelty free and who are going cruelty free and who are cruelty free. But also I want to influence some of you guys out there, maybe 1 or 2 people, whatever, to become cruelty free and stand up for a cause, because it's just something that needs to be said, and it's something that needs to be just resolved. I feel like it's almost 2018 and we're still testing on animals. So everybody, let's just join together hand in hand, and let's just stand up against animal cruelty and against non-cruelty free makeup, because honestly it would just make this world such a better place. And that's really all I have to say to you guys. Please like and subscribe, and comment down below any information that you have about going cruelty free with your collection. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and let's all go cruelty free and save some animals in the process. Bye!